What's up, guys? It's John back here on another mulching storm cleanup job. So we've been fighting the mud past couple days. As you can see, it's a little stirred up, a little sloppy out here, but so what do we got going on here? So this is a it's like a nature preserve or something like that, or gonna be a park. Not 100% sure. We're a sub on this, doing some work for Schneider Tree Care. And so anyways, so what we got is 5 acres and bunch of pines, and it's just an absolute mess. Probably one of the biggest scale all mess jobs that I've done all at once in a long time. So this up here, we did this last week. This is probably about an acre, a little over an acre. So this is all done up through here. That is actually we had a storm blow through last night. That was not like that yesterday. But so this area up here is kind of all finished, and down here we probably shouldn't have worked over here, but we did anyways, just because we had to get that branch out of the way. We got to get the job done, you know. So but this was just log on top of log on top of log, tree on top of tree, just the biggest tangled mess you'd ever seen. So a lot of, see, like that pine right there, that is leaners, and like this whole area right here was just nothing. Well, that up there too, but that wasn't near as bad. So we've been kind of working our way through it, me and Tom just picking away at it. I'll kind of show you real quick what this other side looks like too, what it did look like. It's one of those things that it was just, we just got to get in, start working, see where we're at, and then we'll pick up the camera. But as you can see, that's what it was like. And I actually ran the mulcher in there a little bit just to see what is in there, but man, it is just a tangled mess. So this down through here really isn't all that bad. We do have to get in there, you know, there's not a lot of stuff that actually has to be mulched. We still have to do our standard mulching, but you know, there's a couple down trees right here I got to get out, and then it kind of rolls off down over there to I think it's Lake Blaylock is the lake down there. I've never been on the lake, but so that's what we're working on today. Tom's on the mulcher. We're having some issues with the Rotobeck, and we got a tech coming out to look at it today. Oh my goodness, some barbed wire. It's all right, we'll get that later. Just running over at the mulcher. That old rusty stuff ain't no big deal for the old pecan. So so yes, a tech's supposed to be coming out and hopefully giving us some insight on it. What it's doing is not dropping the saw fast enough. It's just a real slow drop, and we're not 100% sure if our pressures are right. It's been giving me some fits, but hopefully we're gonna get it straightened out here soon. I'm gonna run it a little bit. I just pulled out these 4 trees right here down in that hole. Tom's over there on the mulcher, and yeah, hopefully we'll get something done today. So this is what we cut up so far. We were using the diamond mower to diamond mower grinder, stump grinder, to grind out the stumps up here. That was going pretty good, and then we ran into this mud issue. We're like, forget this, so we're gonna rip them out and probably end up hauling them off. Better than splattering mud everywhere. Nasty. We got a good little log pile going. So everything works, like the spin works, the claw works, like all that stuff works like it should, but the saw isn't dropping as fast as it should. So I don't know, hopefully we can get it figured out here soon. Still under warranty and everything, but just annoying. So let's see. So that actually works perfect. So what we've been finding too is when it's cold. See how it's not going back up? Taking real slow. That's what happens, is it starts dropping that slow. Once the oil gets hot, and there's no pressure. It's gonna be one of those days. Let's try this one. And there is ways to make sure that thing is under correct pressure, but I know it is because I just checked it. I don't know, well, we're gonna get it figured out. That thing should be shooting right back up. So what it's doing is, if I took my hand and pushed it on it, it's shooting back up at the proper speed. So it's something to do with the hydraulics and the motor of it. I don't know. Hopefully we'll get it straightened out.